Yo guys, what is going on? Nickname is Just Yellow, and today this Norwegian hardcore PC gamer is gonna make a video about Impact Frags in CSGO and exactly what it's supposed to be and what it means, and also how we can play around that to be able to become more efficient as players. So whenever you play CSGO, some people, they might just go ham, they might get a lot of kills. In some scenarios, he will play really passive, and in other scenarios, he might play incredibly aggressive. And one style will normally be more beneficial than the other one, but not necessarily really matter as much depending on what kind of chemistry that your team, your 5 people against the other 5 people will have. So that being said, depending on who you kill, and depending on how many kills you get, you will be this kind of carry guy that will get the most frags. And thus, the kills that you get that matter the most, that's gonna be kind of what you need to focus on here, to distinguish whether or not it's an impact frag or not, and whether or not it's important. Now, there's a couple of key rules here that you need to think of then, and that is entry kills or entry frags. That is going to be one of them, one of the types that are the most important ones, but not necessarily, because you need to be able to, by teamwork or not, actually carry yourself onto sites organized if it's even going to matter at all. Keep that in mind. Moving on then, also killing AWPers, that might be, in some scenarios, very impactful, because, by one click they can kill you in some scenarios. So if you can counter that with a rifle, for example, that's going to be really important then too. Killing people that might plant the bomb, as I did there, I do believe, that will also kind of sort of be considered the same, because that way you actually delay the enemy opposition from progressing and or setting up plants, and that's going to be important as well. Being able to clutch rounds and getting clutch kills, that's going to be Impact Frags as well, because it changed the rounds in a more, noticeable and important way. But keep in mind that all of this falls apart if you can't back it up. So if you get the bomb, for example, you kill the bomber and he actually loses the bomb, that could be considered an impact frag as well. If your teammates are not there to back you up, it's not going to mean anything at all, okay? So, I mean, essentially, unless they have some kind of more tactical and impactful plan, it's not going to matter at all, because, they can kill you and then take the bomb and plant, or go somewhere else and kill more people. Like it goes negatively from there on out. So outside of all of this, there will be a lot of other kills as well that don't necessarily mean as much. Now, keep in mind that those frags or kills, they will also matter something in the long run in terms of the economy game of Counter-Strike Global Offensive. And what I mean by that is that if you play by, not just by the book, but if you play very smart and you try and strain the enemy opposition's economy, even if you're playing really passive, you then can also carry your team, and you will mean a lot to your team, because of the matter of fact that you all constantly kill people. That means that they will constantly have to use money in order to be able to sustain the pressure up against your team. And what then that means again is that even if you play very really passive and you don't get too many of these impact frags, but rather clean up kills, you can still be able to be a great asset to your team. Assuming that your team will be able to handle that and keep up the pressure and play smartly and abuse this fact, which is not necessarily something that is being done too frequently as well. A nice way to counter this, for example, and snowball yourself, is to let's say that you both have little money, but you're the you're the team that constantly puts on the pressure. If your teammates then start to buy proper guns and just a Kevlar vest instead of a helmet too, and maybe skip out on frags and buy kits instead, you can still be able to put up the pressure and get ahead of the game, because you're actually buying stuff that will kill the enemies, because they don't have that many nades anyways, assuming that you don't just rush out there and play very stupid and you don't get return kills on your teammates and stuff like that, which is all very important if you want to play properly by teamwork and stuff like that. So, as you can see, it's a very complicated deal to deal with and analyze and actually put into work if you truly want to do that kind of thing. But regardless, any kills will be important as long as you can be able to, when it's very, very much needed, step up and go out of your way to, ignore the general agenda of whatever kind of style that you want to fulfill and play in CSGO, and rather get the kills that will allow you to at least win games, because those are the impact frags that are the most valuable. One of them, for example, will be to succeed in 1v1 clutch, or being able to kill the AWPer or the MVP of the enemy team, assuming that you've been able to find out where he plays frequently on the map and stuff like that. So yeah, very complicated deal, even more so to apply to your game, but if you're able to do this rounds, all of that, all of the things that I mentioned without any hassle. You're probably a really skilled player, so with that being said, you should, you know, just work at it, and eventually you might be able to make rounds more, you know, plausible to win, and that way you can have more fun and stuff like that. So, thanks for watching this video. If you learned something or want to see videos similar to this one, you know, I got plenty laying around. You should probably subscribe. If you want to support the channel and make more videos appear faster, we got the Patreon stuff there as well. You can click the link in the description. Anyways, thanks for watching, have a nice day, and don't get beastified when you play, people.